Hey, this is the non-news rundown for Wednesday, January the 24th, 2018, and I just got one story to run down for you. Oh, shoot, my alarm's going off. That means I'm late. Oh no, I'm late. Anybody recognize this band? Okay. Any of my patrons recognize that band? I know one of them should recognize it. Okay. Yeah, non-news rundown. Okay. Just a few links I posted up here for you with, shoot, here we go. The issue that I'm having with people telling me news that just is not news at all is about my industry that I'm in, the gig economy of transportation network companies, sole proprietorships like myself, where we source from we get our fares from contractor pools like Uber and Lyft, and people are under several misconceptions about it. They think I'm an Uber employee. I am not. It is just a place where I get fares from. It is a contractor pool. So basically, Uber and Lyft will go, hey, you wanna take this fare, and they pay you, and we get a finder's fee, and I'll accept when somebody sends me a fare that I want. It's being a contractor. It's not working for either of those companies. Lyft and Uber do not send me a W-9 form. They don't send me what's that called? W-2 form. They don't send me a W-2 because I'm not their employee. And that's how it should be, because that's what the gig economy is. I actually have my own business license, so a lot of people don't understand that, and they'll tell me, Uber wants to fire you and hire robots instead. What do you think about that? Uber is working to not have to pay you anymore. Uber doesn't pay me. The passenger pays me. Uber takes a finder's fee out of that. So actually, I am not accounts payable for them. In no way am I accounts payable. They don't pay me. The customer pays me. Uber gives me their money, the customer's money, and they take out a finder's fee. It's a simple concept, which makes me accounts receivable for Uber. Every driver out there is accounts receivable for Uber. We are money coming in for Uber, because Uber needs us to go get that finder's fee for them. They match us up with people who pay us, and then they take their little percentage out of that. That's how they make their money. Any robot drivers out on the road is just going to be more accounts receivable for them and more competition for us. It's not going to replace us, and Uber never wants to replace us. It would be counterintuitive for them to want to replace their accounts receivable. And you would never do that. You would never be like, oh, this is where my money comes from. You will do this. You will go, I will add another source of where my money comes from. You would never go, this is where my money comes from. I'm going to get rid of all that and just have this one source of where my money comes from. Doesn't make any sense. That's not how, like, Walmart didn't do that when they started selling different stuff. They're not like, oh, now we're going to sell lawn chairs. Okay, throw out all the hardware, housewares, and groceries. We sell lawn chairs now. No, that's not how capitalism works. It's just another product that they want to get involved in, the automated cars. Also, I'm not afraid of automated cars being real competition for drivers, because like jazz noodling, poetry, slam poetry, and the painting of the Sistine Chapel, driving 5 to 7 miles an hour over the speed limit is art. It is art that robots will never understand. So that being the case, I think people are going to be very apprehensive getting into a self-driving car, because they've heard about different car accidents and stuff like that. But they're going to get over their fear really quickly in that self-driving car, and that original apprehension is going to turn into, oh my gosh, this is so slow. We're getting passed by literally everyone. What time is it? Oh my gosh, this thing is so damn slow. Because self-driving cars are going to drive the speed limit. Yep. You're going to get into a car on a 55-mile road where everybody else is going from 60 to 70 miles an hour, and you're going to be in a little box car that's going to be traveling the speed limit, going to be going 54 to 55 miles an hour, if that. And it's going to be extra super cautious because it's going by just a bunch of sensors on its dash. A lot of people pointed out that if everyone in the world drove self-driving cars, then yeah, that would make sense and it would be fine. But everyone doesn't. Everyone won't. At least not for decades. And I have a few links explaining how self-driving cars are being introduced. Within 5 years, car companies are going to be introducing self-driving cars. So it's a slow rollout because they're still testing. But thinking that self-driving cars are going to replace drivers is basically like thinking that the taser is going to replace guns. Or thinking that the iPhone 8 is going to replace all other iPhones, or the iPhone X is going to replace all other phones. Just go ahead and give up, everyone. Throw your Samsung away. Don't you know the iPhone is superior to the Samsung? The iPhone 10 is superior to the Samsung. Therefore, throw your Samsung away. Don't you know? There's a better option out there now. It's this, that, and the other. That's not how technology works. That's not how innovation works. That's not how societal evolution works. It just isn't. It just factually is not. So no, drivers are not going to be replaced by self-driving cars. Not anytime soon. And that's just a fact. That's not me being like, oh, I'm defensive of Uber. No, like Uber's a bunch of assholes, and they're rolling out not just the self-driving cars as competition will be stressful to people who rely on Uber, but I'll never forget how Uber for the longest time exclusively advertised drivers. They wanted more drivers. That's it. That's all they advertised in the DC area. And Uber continued to grow. So basically, the more drivers were out there, the more word of mouth recommendations and stuff like that were happening. So it actually benefited in the long run. But I remember feeling as a driver, thinking like, oh gosh, okay, they are exclusively advertising to replace me. That is it. They're exclusively advertising for competition. That is it. That they don't want me to be their contractor anymore. They only want other people, new people, fresh people. Even though I have an above average rating, they just want new people. And, you know, there's no reason to take that personally, because advertising as an employment option just helped, a self-employment option just helped the brand overall eventually. And yes, it does add to competition, but that's fine. That's fine. It just makes you have to be a little more competitive, and also, like I said, diversify your source of contractor pools. So add Lyft in there, add Uber Eats, add Postmates, add whatever you want to diversify where you could potentially get your monies. Okay, that is it. That is it for the non-news rundown for today. This is Sully for Antisocial News, and this is the non-news rundown. What am I doing? Is this a thing? Can I do this? Is this? Somebody tell me. Is this already a symbol? It's not the shocker. That's like this. Is this a symbol? Could this be my hand signal? I like that. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's like a sigma, maybe. All right. Cheers.